Hi guys, today I am back with day 7 of my December daily, and for this layout I am doing one 4x6 photo, which is the back of the page from day 6, and then the other side is going to be one 4x6 and two 3x4s, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. We'll see in just a second. So now I'm just adhering these two photos together, and I'm going to end up having to trim off just a little bit because the other photo was slightly, or this photo is a little bit bigger than the other photo. I'm going to glue down that tab, and you're going to see me trim that off here, I think in a minute, or maybe I'll go back in a little bit and do that. So now I'm going to look at my stash and try to figure something else out. I want to add something to that bottom right hand corner, so I'm going to use these faux brads and add the word joy here to the bottom, and I like how that looks. And I'm going to add a bit of, what is it, a phrase sticker from the 12x12 sticker sheet, and I'm going to add that here in a second. I'm going to look through these silver stickers first, but I'm going to decide against that. It was just too much shininess on this page, and I wanted to keep it a little bit more simple, so I use one of the stickers from the sticker sheet that's a little bit more of a matte appearance. It doesn't have that real shiny look. So I'm just going to look through here, try to figure out which one's going to be best. So I'm going to use the Be Merry, and I'm going to trim off just some extra because sometimes these sticker sheets, how they're cut, you see a little bit of the other color from the other stickers next to it. So I'm just trimming that off. And I am going to try to tuck that under this little brad. Now this is stuck really well, so I'm going to try to struggle with this for a little bit, and then I'm going to get it just up enough to get that little phrase stuck in there. And that is going to be it for this card. I'm going to end up using, oh, there's a close-up, sorry about that. So there's a close-up of the little joy. I'm going to end up using the insert that I have here on the left hand side to figure out where my holes go. So I'm just going to put that down, and I'm going to mark with a marker and then punch it with my hole punch so that this is going to fit directly into the album, and it's not going to be in an actual page protector. And this is two photos together, and this Fiskars punch punches through very nicely. I don't think you needed to use a Crop-A-Dile. My Crop-A-Dile hole punch is a little bit smaller, so I wanted it to be a little bit of a wider hole so it easily flips in the album. So here's where I was going to trim that extra little sliver off, and so that is going to be the left hand side of my page for day 7. Next, I'm working on the other side. Like I said, it's a 4x6 and two 3x4s. The bottom photo is a picture of a note that my daughter wrote to me at school, and it basically says, "Dear Mommy, I missed you very much. I wish you went to school with me. Love, Shelby." And I thought it was just adorable, so I wanted to include a picture of that in my album. I'm going to add this little chipboard light string on the bottom just to kind of separate the blank space from the writing, and then I'm going to add a little bit more in the bottom right hand corner here in a couple minutes. So I'm just looking through my stash trying to figure out what I want to put there in the bottom right hand corner. And I'm going to end up choosing a little circle with a heart and polka dots on the background, and a piece of washi tape and the word melt, because one, I have the little snowman in the top, and it says some people are worth melting for, and I thought that went really well with the little note that my daughter wrote me. And you know, melt, the little note melt in my heart, so I thought that was a good little word phrase to put on this. So I'm just using some washi tape that I had in my stash. I got this from Etsy, I think a long time ago, where you could just say I want a little bit of each of these pieces of washi tape so you don't get a whole roll. And I had just a little bit left over, so I'm using it here, and I'm going to write the word melt using the sticker sheet, and I'm going to fast forward this so you have to watch me put it all down. Excuse me. And that's pretty much going to be it for that bottom card. I'm just going to kind of fit everything else but in there, tuck that washi tape down, and I'm going to adhere the little light string. And this again does have the adhesive backing, but I'm going to add a little bit of Scotch Quick Dry so that it stays and it doesn't move. And I guess I'm going to do that in just a minute. Here I'm trying to figure out another phrase sticker that I want to use. I'm going to use one in the top left card where it says 7. And it's a little bit wide, so I want to get rid of some of the extra blank space, so I'm just going to trim that down. And it says, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas," and that's just going to go up on the top left of that 7 card. And I'm going to trim off the extra there. And now I felt like the top right card needed a little bit of something, so I'm going to take this heart that looks like wood grain, and I'm going to stamp it on the actual snowflake body, or snowman body. And you can't even see the wood grain because I'm using the red embossing glitter powder, and so you can't even tell that it has that wood grain, but it's okay. I kind of wanted the wood grain to show, but I thought when I did it, it may not because of the glitter, but it's okay. I like how it looks, and it's just a real light heart. It's not real solid, and I like how that looks as well. So there, I'm going to add the embossing powder, tapping off the extra, and you can see here that it just looks like it's kind of just all over, but that's okay. It's all good. Just going to tap that back in the container, and then I'm going to use my heat tool to heat up that heart. And all I'm going to do on this card, besides putting this little heart, is add some journaling, and you're going to see that here in just a few minutes. And first I'm going to glue that light string down. And while I'm gluing that, I want to say thank you guys so much for joining me on this little series. Hope you guys are enjoying the December Daily, and if you are doing your own December Daily, hopefully you're not as far behind as I am, or even if you are far behind, it's all good as long as you're having a good time putting it together. That's all that really matters. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel, I would love for you guys to subscribe, and if you like these videos, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. If you have any comments, leave them below. And next I am going to do the journaling. I'm thinking about putting something else down. I'm going to actually end up adding a few more stickers to that 7 card. And I think I'm going to do that after the journaling, yeah. So I'm going to journal first, just drawing lines on here. And my journaling went a little long, so it ends up being kind of on top of that darker wood grain line, which kind of bums me out. I don't like how that looks, but I needed to get all the words in, so you know, you got to do what you got to do. So there you go. And then I'm going to set these back up, and I am going to show you guys some close-ups of this so you can see kind of what everything looks like in a few minutes. I'm going to end up adding a little holographic red star to the word 7 and also a little curly Q arrow kind of pointing to the card on the right with the story. Oh, first I'm going to try to use this Good Cheer sticker. I'm going to try to put it in a couple different places. I'm actually going to stick it down, but I just don't like how it looks. It's just, I don't know, it just looks funny. So I'm going to end up pulling it up and using that little curly Q arrow instead. And it's also from these little 4x6 sticker sheets. You're going to see me pull it off here in a minute. And you got to be careful. It's pretty thin, so I was worried I was going to rip it, but it ended up coming off really nicely. So there, I'm just going to stick that down. And I should find a little star, yeah, from the same sticker sheet. So I'm just using my tweezers to get that down. So that's pretty much it for this day's December Daily. Thank you guys again for joining me, and thank you for all my new subscribers and my existing subscribers. I really appreciate you guys and hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.